on the perennial herders-farmers crisis in Nigeria, the interplay of truth and falsehood on the herders-farmers clash crisis in Nigeria, presented by the Center for Social Justice, Equity and Transparency, CESJET. Introduction. Since the return to democracy in 1999, Nigeria has been grappling with diverse security challenges. Chief among them are insurgency, election violence, kidnapping, and most recently, the herder-farmer conflict, among others. The north-central states of Benue, Plateau, and Nasarawa and other states have experienced conflicts that led to thousands of deaths and displacements as a result of clashes between pastoralists, that is herders, and local farmers in several communities. Struggle over grazing land and scarce resources have over the years resulted to perennial and growing violent conflict in terms of frequency, intensity, and geographic scope. Underpinning the escalation in frequency of conflict in Nigeria is a confluence of environmental and demographic forces, especially desertification caused by climate change and population explosion. The stigmatization worsened after the election in 2015 as President Muhammadu Buhari, a Muslim Fulani from the north, became President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. However, there is a deeper reason. The middle belt lies in the Nigeria religion fault line between the predominantly Muslim north and mainly Christian south. It is also a region that historically suffered chronic unrest. To address these challenges, the federal government in June 2015 constituted a strategic action committee to look into the issues and make recommendations that will help the government address these pressing problems. A major stakeholder of the effort, the umbrella body of the cattle rearing business, the Miyetti Allah Cattle Breeders Association, MACBAN, agreed that the effect of climate change and desertification was the major causal factor leading to transhuman movement from north to south annually. Since climate change and other associated factors are beyond what farmers or herders could address, there is need for concerted efforts by the government, private sector, regional bodies, and the international community at large to come together to address these basic challenges. Bello Muhammad, 2015. The political undertone. The farmer-herder conflict in Nigeria indeed predates the administration of President Muhammadu Buhari. The majority of farmer-herders clashes have occurred between Muslim Fulani herdsmen and Christian farmers. Escalating ethno-religious hostilities, insecurity, and violence have led many populations to create self-defense forces and ethnic militias, which have engaged in further violence. Critics and media have accused Fulani of trying to Islamize the Middle Belt in 2014. Many Nigerians and foreign newspapers widely spread reports of the Global Terrorism Index, which rank Nigeria, a little-known Fulani militant group, as the fourth deadliest terrorist group on planet Earth. In 2019, journalist Tunji Ajibade accused the media of promoting ethnic hatred by often attributing killings to Fulani herdsmen without any confirmation from the police. In contrast, ethnic and identities of attackers targeting Muslims or Fulani communities are often unidentified by the media. Blaming the herders and the Fulani in particular for an alleged genocide must be understood in the context of intense rivalry between different communities in the country. The conflict in conceptual perspective. Violence between Nigeria herders and farmers has escalated, killing more than 1,300 people since January 2018. The conflict has evolved from spontaneous reactions to provocations and now a deadlier planned attack, particularly in Benue, Plateau, Adamawa, Nasarawa, and Taraba states. Three factors have aggravated this decade-long conflict arising from environmental degradation in the far north, an encroachment upon grazing grounds in the Middle Belt, militia attacks, new law banning open grazing in Benue and Taraba states. It has displaced hundreds of thousands and sharpened ethnic, regional, and religious polarization. In 2014, dozens of suspected armed herdsmen who are of Fulani ethnicity descended from surrounding hills into several villages, opening fire, burning homes, and shooting of people, most of them Christians of the Birom ethnicity, as they slept in Plateau State. The killing immediately triggered reprisal as young men of Birom extraction and young men from Plateau State from villages set up roadblocks. They killed anyone suspected to be Muslim or Fulani they met on the road. Economic impact. The herdsmen and farmer conflict have negatively impacted on Nigeria's body politic. The first thing to note is that both groups are very crucial to the survival and stability of the polity as well as in meeting the SDGs, especially Goal 1 and 2. The two groups are involved in agriculture, which Nigeria is currently promoting as a major strategy to diversify its monocultural economy. The conflicts have had negative consequences on the agricultural sector and the Human Development Index of Nigeria. When agricultural production is in short supply, it provides fodder for inflationary pressures, which in turn heightens tension in the country, and in most cases can lead to political instability and in extreme cases an abrupt change of government. A major cause of resulting from Fulani herders-farmers conflict is drop in national agricultural cost productivity and its attendant implication on national health formation and the earnings of farmers. The attraction of agriculture is sustained productivity, which helps to offset operational cost and ensures profitability. The driver of the agricultural sector is not livestock production, but crop production in Nigeria. Thus, the reduction of crop production has implication on the country's gross domestic product, GDP. The major effect of herders-farmers conflict is disruption and reduction in the productivity of agricultural activities, especially crop production. For instance, one of the theaters of herders-farmers conflict is the Benue River axis. According to statistic records, the River Benue axis accounts for the production of over 20,000 tons of grain annually. The conflict in that axis have had a negative effect on the sustenance of this productive capacity. According to Mercy Corp 2015b, an average household in these conflict-prone communities would experience at least a 64% or potentially 210% decrease in income due to conflict. This is because most of them will be afraid to pursue their livelihood over a long period of for security reasons. The impact is the deepening of food insecurity leading to famine, which will inevitably endanger malnutrition, an outbreak of preventable diseases, stunning in children, and a rise in child and maternal mortality.